Good day everyone, welcome to Calculus. And before we start to our new discussion, kindly subscribe to our channel and hit the bell button below. So our topic for today is called derivatives. And the process in finding derivatives is called differentiation. And d over d of x is an operator for the process of differentiation. So the following are the formulas in finding the derivatives. First, you can use f prime of x equals to the limits of f quantity x plus h minus f of x over h, where h is approaches to 0. Or you can use also y prime equals to the limits of the f quantity x plus delta x minus f of x over delta x, where delta x is approaches. So let us take this an example. For the first example, where f of x equals to 3x plus 12, what we need to do first is to substitute the given function to the formula. Here we go. F prime of x equals to the limits of 3 times the quantity of x plus h plus 12 minus 3x plus 12 over h. For the first example, where f of x equals to 3x plus 12, what we need to do first is to substitute the given function to the formula. Here we go. F prime of x equals to the limits of 3 times the quantity of x plus h plus 12 minus 3x plus 12 over h. And then, let us distribute the constant to this quantity. So, 3x, 3 times x equals to 3x, and 3 times h is equal to 3h. Then, copy the 12. Let's copy this and distribute the negative sign to this quantity. So, negative 3x equals to negative 3x. The negative times positive 12 equals to negative 12. Then, copy the denominator. So, the next step is combine like terms. So, 3x minus 3x is equals to 0. So, you can just cancel this term. Next is 12 minus 12 is equals to 0. So, cancel. The remaining terms are 3h over h. So, the limit of 3h over h, where x is approaches to 0, we can cancel this. And so, the remaining is equals to 3. So therefore, the derivatives of the given function 3x plus 12 is equals to 3. This moment, we will discuss the shortcut in finding the derivatives of a given function. And we have 6 formulas, and these are the derivatives of c is equals to 0. Number 2 formula, or the second formula, is the derivatives of x raised to n equals to n times x raised to n minus 1. And the third formula is the derivatives of x is equals to 1. The fourth formula is the derivatives of c times the function of x equals to c times the derivatives of f of x. And the fifth formula is the derivatives of u times v is equals to u times the derivatives of v plus v times the derivatives of u. And the last formula is the derivatives of u over v is equals to v times the derivatives of u minus u times the derivatives of v over v squared. Let us try this example. First formula, the constant root. Let us try this example. Example number 1. Find the derivatives of y is equals to 6. So, in the word, this is a constant root, so we can apply, if you can see that the given is only the constant term, so you use this constant root. So y is equals to 6, y prime is equals to 0. Since c refers to constant, and constant, in finding the derivative of the constant, it is always equals to 0. Number 2, f of x is equals to 12. Therefore, f prime of x, the derivatives of 12 is equals to 0. 12 is constant. It means that the derivative of it is always equals to 0. Or next is the power rule. So power rule is in the form d over dx x raised to n equals to nx raised to the exponent or raised to n minus 1. So let us try this example. Example number 1 in the power rule. Number 1, find the derivatives of y is equals to 2x raised to 2. What you need to do is to first y prime is equals to the exponent will be multiplied with the constant of the leading term. Yeah. Multiplied to 2. So which means that 2 times 2 is equals to 4. Then subtract minus 1 to the exponent. 2 minus 1 is equals to 1. Y prime is equals to 4x. Let's try example number 2. Find the derivative of f of x is equals to 7x raised to 3. So f of x or f prime x is equals to 3 times 7 is equals to 21. Then subtract the exponent, subtract 1 to the exponent. 3 minus 1 is equals to 2. Therefore, the derivatives of the given function 7x raised to 3 is equals to 21x squared. Next is identity function rule in the form d over dx x is equals to 1. So let's try this example. Number 1, f of x, f(x) is equals to 4x. So 1 here refers to the coefficient, the leading coefficient in the leading term. So therefore, the derivatives of 4x is equals to 4. So because in this leading term, the leading coefficient is 4. So let's try example number 2. Try to find the derivatives of y is equals to 12x. So again, y prime is equals to the leading coefficient is the derivatives in the form identity function rule. So 12 is the derivatives of 12x. Okay. Multiple rule in the form the derivatives of c times the function of x is equals to c times the derivatives of the function of x. So let us try this example. Example number 1, find the derivatives of y is equals to 3 times x squared plus 3x. So when we answer this example, let us just base on the formula. So y prime is equals to c, copy the constant, then find the derivatives of the function of x. So the derivatives of the function of x is 2x plus 3. To simplify, so y prime is equals to distribute the constant. So 3 times 2x is equals to 6x. This example. Example number 1, y is equals to 7 times x squared. So when we answer this in the form, when we answer this, just based on the formula, so y prime is equals to copy the u, which is your u is 7 and your b is x squared. So copy the u, 7, then get the derivatives of your b, which is 2x, then plus copy the b, x squared, then get the derivatives of your u, which is the derivatives of 7 is equals to 0. Then simplify, y prime is equals to 7 times 2x is equals to 14x, then plus x squared times 0 is 0. So your final answer is equals to 14x. So the derivatives of the derivatives of 7 times x squared is 14x. Let's try this example. 1 y equals to 2x raised to over 2x over 3x plus 4. So let us base on the formula to get the derivatives of this function. So y prime is equals to capital V, which is your V is your 3x plus 4 and your u is 2x. So capital V, 3x plus 4, then get the derivatives over u, which is the derivatives of 2x is equals to 2. Then add, copy your u, then get the derivatives of your v, which is 3. And then copy your v, then you just square it, 3x plus 4 squared. Then simplify your answer. Y prime is equals to distribute your 2, which is 2 times 3x is equals to 6x. Then 2 times 4 is equals to 8. Then 2x times 3 is equals to 6x over 3x plus 4 squared. Then your last answer is in the simplified form, 6x plus 6x is equals to 12x over 12x plus 8 over 3x plus 4. So the derivatives of the given function 2x over 3x plus 4 is equals to 12x plus 8 over 3x plus 4 raised to 2. That's all for today.
Thank you for watching our video. We hope you subscribe to our channel and hit the notification bell. Peace.